This may come as a surprise to some of you, but I am slowly and surely becoming a morning person. Really? Seriously. I love that beautiful time in the morning when you get up and it's quiet and the dawn is breaking and there's still some stillness. There's that wonderful special place where you can just be still and almost hear the voice of God speaking in your life. You know that time I'm talking about? You know what I don't like? Waking up to experience that time. I have never been one who likes to wake up. I'm just not good at it. I just don't want to hop out of bed and say, here we go, yippity-you, let's do it. I just don't do that. I don't function that way. In fact, when I was in college, I had to have an alarm clock that was the equivalent of a school bell. That's a true story, friends. It would wake up the entire wing of my dorm before it would wake up me. It was awful for the rest of them. It worked pretty well for me. I really am not good at waking up. Now I've moved into this stage of life where I start to wake up on my own now. Either that or I have a little helper who loves to come in and wake me up. But either way, waking up is a different story for me now. It's gentler. It's more peaceful. When I do wake up in those early morning hours and I do have that time to really embrace the stillness and to experience the wonder of that early morning, I am so grateful. And more days than not, I try to begin that way, in stillness and gratitude, in that special place. It's not easy, but I know that upon awakening, the reward is great. I thought a lot about waking up to things this week because I knew we'd be celebrating the Epiphany together. If you look up the word epiphany in a dictionary, you'll see something like manifestation. Something is made known to someone. An aha moment. An awakening. An epiphany is when something is revealed to us. We've all had our little epiphanies. We've all had those moments in our life when we said, this is what it's all about. We've woken up and we've experienced that stillness, that wonderful special place, maybe with the sunrise, and we've said, this is good. When I was in college, I got to go to camp, and I was there for a week-long retreat. And there was all sorts of stuff going on with this particular retreat. But one of the nights, we were asked to give up our watches and our alarm clocks. Now, this was long before cell phones, so none of us had those. And we sat there wondering, how in the world will we get up? Because a bunch of college students in a cabin at a camp, we could sleep all day if left to our own devices. But they told us, don't worry, we'll wake you up. It was in that place, that comfortable, warm bed, that I heard one of the strangest alarm clocks I've ever heard. And it came from a distance. Rise and shine. What? Give God your glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Children of the Lord. I heard it coming. And it kept getting closer and closer and closer until finally it was in the cabin with us. And we awoke to bright, shining faces, singing very loudly, rise and shine and give God the glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory. Now, I wish I could tell you, dear ones, that I jumped out of bed a changed man, but I did not. But a few years later, I got to be on the other side of that coin. I got to be one of the ones singing that song to those campers. And I remember seeing the faces of my friends, my brothers and sisters on this journey, as they were awake in the grace of God, as they woke up to people with joyful spirits making a joyful noise unto the Lord. Rise and shine and give God the glory, children of the Lord. And it's in that moment when I realized that that really is a part of my job description as a follower of Christ. That each and every day I have to wake up to the epiphany that Christ is the Son of the living God that is alive and well in the day that I have been given. I have to wake up and give thanks for the gift of the day that I have. Now that's not always easy, because just like waking up out of bed, sometimes I want to stay under the covers. Sometimes it's a lot safer in that place. Sometimes it's a lot warmer in that place. Yeah, you do it too. I'll bet you a lot of these grown-ups do it too. We wake up, and we realize that today is a new day, and that day is a gift. But it's not always easy to remember. So we have to have that spiritual awakening, that epiphany, that wonderful aha moment that says that God is real and God is alive in our lives. See, the journey of the wise men is so perfect to our story as faithful people, because the wise men were the wake-up call for God's people. They were these strange people from far, far away. And they came to pay homage to a king they had never seen, a king that they didn't know what looked like, a king that they only knew as proclaimed by the heavens, by the stars in the sky. So these wise men came from afar, and they brought with them gifts, heralding the wonder and joy of this new king. They are our wake-up call too. They are our reminder to rise and shine and give God every single bit of our gifts. To rise and shine and show God's glory in the world, just like the prophet Isaiah said. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. When we're awakened to the grace of God in our life, when we wake up to what God is doing day in and day out, we have an awesome gift. It's the gift of a radiant spirit and a thrilled and joyful heart, as the prophet says. You and I wake up every morning, and we are given the opportunity for a new beginning, a new start, a fresh day. So there will be moments in our life when we open our eyes and say, oh no, not again. But I hope and I pray that when that happens, we'll listen for the voice of the faithful saying, rise and shine and give God the glory. Because the day that we have been given is a gift. The day that we have is precious. So rise and shine and give God your glory, your gift, and help proclaim him throughout the world. Amen.